Hey viewers! Welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. And today we're doing another ranked game, this time by Anivia, played by Haraka. And Haraka told me that they had 4 bans, as usual, being Mordekaiser, Rammus, Tryndamere and Vladimir. So, kind of a mixed amount of, not really a targeted ban there. So Mordekaiser and Rammus, 2 great tanks of course, especially if played well. Vladimir is also quite a tanky character, and then Tryndamere, well, he's normally banned because, well, he's just plain annoying. And people have no idea how to work against him. But I'm guessing that the Tryndamere ban came from the opponent's team, because Sion has a stun which totally ruins his plans, as does Twisted Fate. Anivia has more or less unreliable stun. Blitzcrank has the pop-up, which also does the same thing. And then Kassadin has his silence, which can actually prevent the Tryndamere from using his ultimate. So all in all, Tryndamere wouldn't have been a real problem for our team. And for the opponent's team, it would probably be more of a problem. So I'm not sure why we're not starting. Apparently somebody dropped out there. The Vane, in case you missed it. And yeah, we hope he will be back soon. Otherwise this is going to be a very short match. As 4v5 is not really doable normally. Of course, yeah, you can win it. But you have to be really lucky that your opponents are total morons and are going to let you actually farm up and dominate them. But normally it's pretty much undoable. So we see no jungler on either team. And that means that normally we are on a bit lower yellow. And we see, well, we see 1 teleport and 2 heals. For the rest, they're all the normal summoning spells. Yeah, teleport and heal normally aren't used. Clarity also normally isn't used. But Clarity, yeah, there are some uses for it. Or some champions that can use it, but as they normally say in discussing these kind of things, if you need clarity or heal, you're doing something wrong, because you need to be able to manage your health and your mana, because that's your job in the game. And by doing a little more, or by exerting a little more effort into those kind of things, you can actually avoid using one of your very precious summoner spells for it. For example, by just not spamming all your spells, you can avoid taking clarity, and by just being in the right place, you can avoid using the heal spell. And the worst, of course, being like Fortify or something like that. There are Fortify and Rally. Rally, of course, has some uses. If the whole team takes it, it might be useful. The same goes for Fortify. If the whole team takes it, it might be useful. But normally it's just not useful. For the plain reason that if you cannot defend your turret, the like 5 seconds or so that Fortify is going to defend it is not going to help. On the other hand, if the whole team takes it and you can do it for 25 seconds, then you actually have time to run to the turret and kill whoever is attacking it, or at least harass them enough that they will stop attacking it. But yeah, it's not worth one of your summoner slots normally. So the same goes for, as I said, Rally. If you cannot take down whatever you're attacking with the normal 5 summoners, then doing it with 5 summoners plus, I don't know, about 10 seconds of increased damage is probably not going to work either. So basically, by taking rally, you're destroying a turret like 5 seconds earlier than you normally would. So if you're already taking it down, yeah, you're still going to take it down, but only a little bit quicker. And if you're not going to take it down anytime soon, then you're not going to take it down now. So rally is one of those win more spells. So you're already winning and then you get to win more. And instead you need to take a summoner spell that can get you out of a situation where you're behind. And that's why Flash and Ghost are so good. Because Flash and Ghost can actually be used for both of them. They can be used for attack, but also for defense. Yeah, he knows Teemo's here somewhere. And he doesn't have to overcommit here, because Teemo's not getting any last hits. So Teemo is basically playing moronically here against this Anivia. Of course, Teemo versus Anivia is pretty impossible for Teemo to begin with. Because Anivia has a much better range, she has a stun, she has a whole lot of damage in her Q. QE combo. And really you don't want to take more than one level in Flash Frost, just for reference purposes. Now you want to have level 1 Flash Frost, then level up Frostbite as soon as you can. So level 2, 3, 5, 7 and 9. And the rest you take the wall unless you can get a level in your ultimate. And Flash Frost, so that's the big chunk of ice. You really want to level that up last, because it takes a lot of mana, and so it takes more mana as the skill goes up, and you're only going to use it to chill your opponents. And by using it you can actually use the E to do all the damage, because the E does far more damage, it's targeted, and it has a shorter cooldown. Plus I think it's cheaper. Yeah, it's half the mana cost. So the E is actually your best spell. So what you want to do in your burst, let's say, is hit Q, and once you hit it you target with E, then hit your R and then do E again, because E only has about a 4.5 second cooldown now. It's going to go down to about, I think, 3 seconds. I don't know exactly, but something like that. 3.5. So you can actually get 4 skills off, and you only need to use your ultimate a very short amount of time just to get the chill back. Because you need your target to be chilled for your E to be effective. Because as you can see, if the target is chilled, they take double damage. That means that instead of 85 plus 14, so that's about 100, you do 200 damage. And that's a lot, especially if you get the high AP going and you have a full Frostbite, so level 5 Frostbite. That is an incredible amount of damage. Anivia of course needs to take blue buff as soon as she can, so normally that's what your jungler does. Your jungler gives you the second blue buff available, and then you can actually use your ultimate, because now with a very limited amount of mana there is no way she can use her ultimate to farm. Teemo is doing a better job now. He's actually placing way too many mushrooms in the bushes there. He should place them here, 1 in the bushes just to spot, and here 3 of them to avoid any gank coming in. And he is now placing everything in the bushes. That means that if someone comes in here, he has no defense. And normally you want 1 mushroom here early on. Well, the 2 bushes are the most important, because that's where normally the ganks are coming from. Here, that's the 3rd or 4th mushroom in that bush, and that's really overkill. So eventually you will want 1 here, 1 here, 1 in the middle, and here, or at least somewhere in the bush, here, and 1 in this middle. And then the rest you can put some mushrooms here, you can put them here on the corners, although this corner will actually get gets visited by the minions every now and then, and he again puts one mushroom here. So we know there's at least 2 here and at least 3 here. And if you can avoid those places, so for example if you're Anivia in this case, you know there's no mushrooms in the middle. So basically anyone can come in, just stun him and kill him. Because there's no mushrooms to slow them down, there's nothing. And yeah, we saw someone walking there I think, but I'm not sure. Anyway, Teemo doing a decent job of staying alive. Well, he still is alive, so I guess it's a good job. And Anivia having some trouble holding off the lane. So last minion wise, we're at 48, Teemo's at 48 just about, and so pretty much equal. Which is excellent by both players, because, well, as you can see, they are the highest on their team, which is exactly as it should be. And then Twisted Fate Scion, they are the top lane. They have about 60 minion kills. So that means that Anivia did miss at least like 12. And Cassid and Blitzcrank, which is the bottom lane, is not doing too well at all. They haven't got a lot of minion kills, and they really need to. They did get 2 kills and 1 death, as did top lane. So the overall score 4 and 2. The mid lanes are just battling it out for lane control, basically, and just farming up. But Anivia really needs some more mana to be able to keep harassing the Teemo, because Teemo can now free farm. Well, yeah, completely. And if you let the Teemo free farm, I mean, you saw what happened in my last game. So number 99 of the random games. If you let Teemo free farm, he's going to get awesome items. And just because my team sucked doesn't mean that the strategy isn't valid. Teemo doesn't have any mushrooms, so he must be placing them somewhere. Oh, don't be scared of that. He's not going to do anything. Yeah, Teemo has been preventing the Anivia from going home pretty much all the time. But then again, it doesn't matter too much as long as you can still take out the minions. So you either have to choose, I want to take out the minions, or you have to choose, I'm going home. You cannot stay in just halfway, so not killing the minions and not going back home. Because then you're just gaining experience but no gold.